Okay, so start with the journey. Yoga. Yoga again is a very, very, what I would say, it's a beautiful word. I would rather prefer calling it a yoga rather than yoga. Okay, and the yoga word is coming from the word which is called as yuj, that is to join. Okay, to join means there are two concepts you can say. If I go into philosophical, which I don't want to go, I don't want to sound boring. Joining to, it could be body and mind, or it could be Atma or Paramatma. Body and mind, we all know. The body, mind, and soul, we all know those English words. Atma and Paramatma are Hindi words, Sanskrit words rather, which is individual consciousness to the universal consciousness. So basically, it's alignment of all of this in one go. So the basic aim is whatever actions we are doing, it is for the universe. It is for the benefit of the whole world. Okay, so this is what yoga to me, according to Gita also, it is whatever actions you are taking, it is for the universal good. That is yoga. Okay, so that what is yoga is all about for me. Now I have just created a small PPT. So first PPT is right in front of you. That is basic yoga, not asanas, it's basic yoga. Yoga for us, yoga for all. So to start with, let me just tell you that yoga is not for senior citizens. जो लोग बूढ़े हो चुके हैं उनके लिए होना चाहिए, ओके, या जिन लोग को कुछ प्रॉब्लम है उनको होना चाहिए. योगा has to be a way of your life. You cannot just say ki I'll do asanas or I'll do pranayam and that's it, my life is done. No, yoga is the way you conduct in your life. Okay, yeah, so this is what I was talking about. The yoga is made of two words. It's made of a word called yuj, which is divided into two parts. Okay, we have already spoken about it. So let's go to the third one. Okay, so as I was telling you, Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga means the 8 steps. So what are the 8 steps? The first one is Yama. I'm sure most of you have come across these words, and they are very, for many of you, it will be a very philosophical kind of word. So let me assure you, I'm not that deep kind of a person, okay? But whatever practical knowledge I've gathered over the past so many years, I'm trying to, give it to you, which could be just a practical approach. If I tell you that, you should do this, that, and this, with that, but doesn't work unless you are into this profession, or unless you are convinced that this is the way the life has to be, done. So Yama is what about? It is about the outward conduct of people, of yours towards the society. Okay, so you have Satya, you have Ahimsa, you have Asteya, Aprigraha, and Brahmacharya. We all have come across these words as kids, as in school going, that you should not steal, you should not lie, you should not, you should not take anybody's, if it doesn't something belongs to you, you should not take it, and you should not hoard things, and you should have a good sense, the sexual conduct is very important. We've all read it, we have all been educated in our school days during the moral science lecture. This is what Yama is all about. We come to Niyama, which is the next one. It is Soch, Santosh, Tapa, Swadhyay, Ishwa, Paridhan. Again, I don't want to get into the detailed one, but it is what Niyama is. Niyam, जो हम वर्ड यूज करते हैं, नियम. क्या नियम है हमारे रोजमर्रा के? सोच, मतलब हम लोग को साफ रहना चाहिए, सराउंडिंग साफ रहना चाहिए. संतोष, वी शुड हैव कंटेंटमेंट इन व्हाटएवर वी डू. ऑफ कोर्स वी शुड वर्क हार्ड, and whatever contentment we have, we should be happy with whatever we have, and accept with a sense of gratitude. Let me tell you, listeners, if this perception of our changes even a wee bit, our life will take a different, path altogether. And you should not think the people who are in 20s or 30s, ki, nahi, we should not be, what is she talking, contentment, how can we be content? We are still young. Of course you are young, but whatever you get after working hard, as they say in Gita, ki जो कर्म किया है उसकी फल की चिंता मत करो. So this thing we don't understand when we are young. Of course there are people who understand this even when they are young, but then that's how the soul evolvement takes place. But believe me, the small thing that I work hard and I give my best to the world. So right now also my intention is to give it to the world. I'm not bothered whether light was there, this was there. I just tried my level best and I got the universal support. Preeti was there, their support was there, my kids were there, and they all helped me put together this small PPT, which, small presentation, which might not be the greatest thing, but my effort is there to give you the best. Okay, तप करना चाहिए हर चीज का. तभी वो होता है जब आप हर चीज का मेहनत करो, you लगन से काम करो. So that is तप. Swadhyaya is self-reflection, self-learning, which is very, very important. And Ishwar Pradhan means everything, just give it to the God. God is a universal, omnipresent. Just give everything to the God. Okay, then we come to asanas. We have asanas, we have pranayam, which is the breathing, and yoga, it is all the combination. Then you have pratyahar, which is the outside, it is basically the withdrawal of senses. What is the withdrawal of senses? All the 5 senses we have, like eyes, ears, nose, skin, tongue. वो 5 senses को तुम अगर withdraw कर लोगे, तुम्हारी इच्छा ही नहीं रहेगी. That is the next step. Then dharana, dhyan, samadhi, which is little bit more, it's in these are the outside, and the dharana, dhyan, samadhi is basically the inside of us. Conceptualization, and you focus on a thing, you focus on an idol, and that idol becomes you, and then you get into the samadhi position. So we'll not discuss on that because it has become very boring otherwise. So, okay, asanas. So what do you mean by asanas? Asanas is physical exercise that we all know. But other than that, what does this asana and pranayam means? So according to the yoga, Patanjali, asana is nothing but a sthira sukham asana. Sthira sukham means whatever posture you are, you should be sthirta honi chahiye, you should be, stable. Sukham hona chahiye. It should be anandmaya to you. It should not be, you're not fighting against something. And asana means whatever posture you are getting into, it should be really comfortable to you. Okay, and pranayam is, of course, prana is a vital forces, and the breathe in and the breathe out, the breath which comes in and the breath which goes out, the air which is vital to our organ, to our body, how it manifests into the beautiful things it can happen once we start getting into the pranayam part. So this is very rightly said. And do you think, Preeti, that asanas is only for getting flexibility, or it is for getting some muscular strength, or it's just that some Shilpa Shetty is doing and so you want to do it? So what is your take on that?
I think it gives me the calm and peace that I need from my stressful day. So just concentrating on the asanas, I think it gives a lot of peace. It removes my stress. That is what my point of view is.
Okay, lovely. Okay, so as you can see, I don't have to really, again, like a parrot, I don't have to say everything. Everything is written here. But the best thing, what I like about it, everybody can write their best thing, what they like from this segment. There are many other things, but my best take is that, which is written on the right side, in the white, happy hormones generation. As I'm telling you, from this benefit, my best one is the happy hormones generation. Okay, now let me just tell you, what is a mind like? Which animal does our mind resemble? जब भी बोलते हैं कि हमारा mind कैसे होता है? What is it called? Dash mind. With some animal, is it a lion mind? Is it an elephant mind? What is the mind that is always signifies? हमारा मन बहुत चंचल है. So what that signifies? Which animal does it signifies? Does your thought always remains constant? I mean, are you able to think one thing constantly for a longer period of time? Or does your mind wander? Well, our mind, is like a monkey. We've got a monkey mind, right? चंचल है ना हमारा मन, बंदर की तरह उछलता रहता है from one point to another point to another point to another point. How do you, control your thoughts? Pranayam helps you to do that. प्राणायाम से आपका ब्रेथ कंट्रोल में आता है. ब्रेथ कंट्रोल में आता है तो ऑब्वियसली ब्रेथ एंड योर थिंकिंग is actually they're connected. You try it for a month, you try. I can assure you, your thoughts will definitely come down. Our problems comes because we think too much. Our thinking is more, what do you call it? It's more active, or it's more faster than our actions or our speech. Thinking is fast, 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 from one incident, from future to past to present to future to past to present. We keep analyzing. Past mein ye hua, future mein ye hoga. Past mein ye hua, future mein ye hua. Present mein we are not able to focus. Am I right? I'm sure many of you will agree with that. Do you all agree with me that we are mostly in the past or future? We are never in the present. Pranayam, if done with proper guidance and if done every day, it's not twice a week class hai ya thrice a week class hai. So as you can see, I have told that you can all, it's yoga is for all age groups. And I specifically take a lot of women classes because it's not that women face more problems, it's that they come to me more. Okay, so this is one of the yoga classes that I take. This is a purely exclusively ladies gym that we take. And by the way, I just wanted to tell you that I'm also a runner. So we, as a running community, we have our free runners yoga group, which caters not only for the runners but for non-runners also. Okay, so there we have a mixed crowd of men, women, children, everybody, and we cater for their needs absolutely. But just to specify what women is all about, so there are a lot of women over here. So what exactly does yoga does to you? It helps you in improve your flexibility. We all know, but women are already flexible. Majorly nowadays, women, girls, they face a lot of PCOD problems. PCOS problem, that is that ovary syndrome. All this polycystic ovary, jise hum bolte hain, it's a medical term. Yoga helps you to balance out your hormones to a great extent, and maybe you'll be off the medications also. Especially ladies who are after 40, 45, they're having this menopausal issues, or the girls who are not having their menstrual cycles properly, or ladies who are not able to conceive, because it's all because of hormonal changes, right? Yoga helps you. This is the first and the foremost, and I think the basic and the best thing that can happen. Yoga helps you to resolve your hormonal issues to a great extent. I'm sure people will agree with me. The ladies will agree with me that, so again, your hormones are not haywire. If your hormones are not haywire, your mental stability is at peace, your home is at peace. Because agar hamara hormones idhar udhar jata hai, estrogen, progesterone, then you know what happens to our mood swings, to our irritability. We start gaining a lot of weight. All this issue comes, it just helps you. And definitely it helps you in developing muscle mass. Not only, I won't say you'll get a flat ab or something like Shilpa Shetty. Okay, we don't promise that, but to certain extent, आपका flap काफी हद तक tone हो जाता है. Body becomes tone, and you are not, your osteoporosis नहीं होता है. Because when you get into Surya Namaskar, you get into Adho Mukha Shvasan, or you get into plank position, which is called Haspadasana. All these things, they really help you step, put weight on your arms and shoulders and your legs and everything. It becomes strong. Okay, so that way it really helps you. And as I said, it will help you regulate your peace of mind, and at one go, it will help you with your housework also, which is very important. You feel good. There is a very feel good factor that I have accomplished something, right? Yes, of course, Bhaskar sir, it also helps women having thyroid problems. That thyroid problem is for all, whether it is men, women, or children. Thank you for stating that. Yes, yoga is not for just women, it is men-centric also. It helps you to develop, all the kinds of, deal with all the kinds of aches and pains, because boys, I've seen my boys also quite stiff they are. Somehow the male is such that they are very stiff. Yoga helps you to release that stiffness from you, especially from the lower back. और यहाँ पे सीट पे बैठे 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 क्या होता है, आपका पूरा ये spine खराब हो जाता है over a period of time. So you see men more stooping than women. They stoop after some time. It is because of the posture. So yoga, with all these asanas that you do on a regular basis, I am emphasizing regular does not mean once a week. You have to make it at least 4 to 5 times a week. So please make it a part of your routine. Join a class, join a gym, wherever you can, have a personal trainer to yourself. You will certainly see a lot of difference. Okay, this is actually the slide which you're saying on the left. She is my mother-in-law, and she's 80 years old, going to be 80. And we had this Facebook live session sometimes back. She doesn't do yoga actually, but I have somehow convinced her. She's into walking. She does a lot of walking and household chores. So that's why she's very fit. But flexibility wise, it is improving because she started inculcating little asanas in her daily life. So senior citizens ke liye to this is a must. I've seen my father, my mother, my mother-in-law, they're all doing yoga asanas. Slowly, they are putting it in their life. Definitely, it helps in reducing rigidity. I'm sure if there are any senior citizens over here, if there are any, you can just vouch for that. Their risk of developing osteoporosis also loses, is reduced. Mental peace, equilibrium comes to place, because as we grow older, more thoughts. As I told you, pranayam karne se aapke thoughts kam ho jate hain. Imagine if you haven't done anything for so many years, itne saal ka जो इतना कुछ हुआ है लाइफ में, by the age of 70, 80, so many things come into play. So your mental state of mind, and especially after retirement, you feel that you are good for nothing. The society doesn't need you, family doesn't need you. So many problems come in family also because of that. So with yoga, that also reduces, and especially if they are doing group yoga, there are a lot of we see a lot of senior citizens having that laughter cup and all those things. Unfortunately, because of COVID, now things have slowed down, but I'm sure it will pick up again. You feel a sense of achievement, that I'm able to do so many things at my age with my peer group. So that is very important. So people who have their in-laws or the parents with them, or not with them also, just give them that sweet piece of, not I would say advice, just out of love, tell them to join some class, join some group, maybe online for the time being, and then they can get into offline. It is very important. It gives you a sense of accomplishment, which I don't think so anything can suffice for that, because at this point of time, all they need is a good health and a good mental strength, physical and mental strength ke sath sath, a sense of achievement which is lost in their yesteryear. So we should all try and convince our senior citizens to join yoga, and we are in the blessed place. I don't think we can have the best place better than India. Okay, and this is the right time of life, having Modi ji with government doing so many things for us. So let's make use of it. Can we have the next slide? Okay, this is my favorite. This is a school where I went, Mansukh Bhai Kothari, and I was called for the 21st June, of course, for the yoga day. And you can see so many children there. So we had like 3 packed sessions, for class 5th of class 4 to class 12. So it was amazing to see them. And they already have, as a part of the curriculum, every children, all the schools, they are supposed to have the yoga classes. So I'm glad that they are having some yoga classes, but it's not a serious yoga class. It's they go out of boredom, or they go out of necessity, that it's punishment kind of thing. A period hai to yoga karna hai. But I feel if the child is put in some other, is told about the benefits of yoga, not because of asanas or pranayam, which is very boring, of course, for them, but as I said, it's a way of life, how to put it in way of life. And I think the parents, they will definitely, join me with that, that parents, we are the role models. Agar hum nahi karenge, to how can we expect the children to do it? So I implore all the mothers, fathers, if you're seeing, watching that, please, you inculcate in your life, and you see children inculcating in their life without you even telling them. This is very important. Concentration, of course, important hota hai, and it will improve. Less thinking will be there, more work they can achieve in less time, and definitely a lot of positive change you can see. And they don't need flexibility at this point of time, because they're already flexible, super flexible rather, I would say, but it helps them in their bringing up their more stamina, more so for the concentration, and not having any kind of problem sitting in the chair all throughout the day. So that this will definitely help them. So parents, if you are listening to me, get your child enrolled in any of the classes. If you're finding online, or I know they're already stretched but I think some amount of fresh air and some amount of basic asanas will definitely do good to them. Can we have the next slide? Okay, we all know about it. The Satvik Ahar, the lifestyle that we are changing. So I'm a vegetarian, but there are a lot of people who may be non-vegetarian. There will be people who are into vegan. So I can't talk about vegan because I'm not a vegan till now. But yes, this is the basic things that you can do. We all know about it, that we should not eat processed food. We should have less spice, less oil, a lot of milk and milk products. I love my cup of coffee, and also have whatever you like, but in moderation. Don't exceed your limit. If you want, if you are into drinking, drink in moderation. There is no problem. Nothing in our Upanishads say that you should starve yourself. Have little by little. Have early dinner. I have written here 8 p.m. for a general public, but preferably on a personal note, I would like to have it by 7 p.m. 7:30 max. And I'm sure a lot of people must be doing it. Okay, so this helps you in digesting your food, and you're able to get up early in the morning, you're able to sleep peacefully in the night. All that we all know, so I don't have to do it, keep saying it on and on again. Indulge in your favorite item. Please do that. Give yourself a treat. It's not that ice cream is bad. It's just how much ice cream we take on for how many days per week, or how much burger we have, how many days per week we have is what counts. Okay, so pack yourself, go for an accomplishment. If you accomplish something, if you want something, give yourself a treat and enjoy your life. That will be shown on your face and on your body. Next slide, if we have any. Yes, okay. So this is, I'm just talking about the basic asana. So can you tell me what asana is this? This is called as downward dog. Okay, or is it called as Adho Mukha Shva asana? So can you see? I'm going to talk about उनका हाथ देखो और पैर देखो. Now few people cannot even put their feet on the ground. Doesn't matter. Put a towel, press your foot on the ground, press your heel on the ground. Feel that extension, complete extension. I don't think you can get any extension anywhere other than like this. अगर आप cardio करेंगे, you will not get that kind of extension. But look at the extension you're getting. The spine is getting enlarged. The chest is getting enlarged. You're getting a good workout on your biceps, triceps, the heel. The heel is there, toe is there, and the buttocks. Full opening of your buttock bones, your pelvic, everything. It's one of the beautiful asanas. It's my fun-time favorite, all-time favorite. We all make them do every time. If you raise your heels up, your buttock go up. This is slight opening. Look at it. It's a beautiful, beautiful asanas. Can we have the next slide? These are the basic asanas that I'm telling you. I'm sure many of you know about it. Dhanurasana, as you can see, or the bow and arrow pose. And it opens up your arms, opens up your chest. पीछे का back muscle strong बनाता है, thigh muscle strong बनाता है, quadriceps, your calf muscles. Look at the Setu Bandhasana on the right side. And you can see the muscles which are getting activated because of this. I don't think any kind of cardio will do so many. It's a compound exercise. Wow. Can you see this? I don't have to tell you the benefits. It's very boring to tell you the benefits. You can, if you do this on a regular basis, your benefits will be seen any which ways. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is my second last slide, I think. Few people might be interested in knowing the yoga courses that can be considered. Now, this is for, I have written for the people who just finished 12th, at least finish your 12th. And class 10th also is fine, but some basic more education, class 12th tak theek hai. Graduation, post graduation, especially ladies who are housewives, who don't have much time to give yourself to an institute or something, get that 2-month certificate course. Now there's a plethora of courses available online. You can go and you can register yourself, get yourself certified. First, go and attend a class and see if you like doing yoga, if you like the feel of being a teacher on the other side. That's how I dreamt of becoming one. Because naturally I was a dancer, I was a dance teacher, I was an aerobics teacher. So I love that thing. But I love doing yoga. Then I said, if I teach them also, it will be beneficial for them, and I learn more, because while teaching, you learn more, right? So Kevalya Dham gives you a certificate course for 2 months, and you have 1 year residential program. People who would love to go and become a proper yogini or yogi, go ahead. It's one of the best institutes in India. I can vouch for that. That's in Lonavala. They have a 1 year residential course. Then you have BSc in Yoga and Naturopathy. This I have written because we stay in Pune. Mostly people are in from Pune, so I have written from VIT. You can do that. I have done my 1 year course under Kshitija ma'am, which is Kshitij Center for Yoga. So I have done the courses through them. I'm also a QCI level, through Ayush Ministry. I've done my certification. So that is also there. But we bought the book and we gave the exam. But that is a part that was our own self, explanatory and self mugging or self learning book. Okay, then you have a lot of yoga therapy course, which I think is the in thing right now. A lot of my friends have done this yoga therapy course and they're enjoying to the best, and they're getting a lot of opportunities. So if you are somebody who is, of course, you need to be passionate, number one, and you should be caring. You should have that compassion for others. You should have that nature of giving, that I'll give to the society. So somebody is ailing and you give them a massage, you give them some kind of a, with different kinds of exercises, and at the end of it, they tell you, beta, mere ko farak pada hai. That kind of a thing, I don't think anything can match up to that. Any amount, any value can match. It's invaluable. So go ahead. These are courses which I knew there are many more things, but you can definitely go for that. Yeah, the last one, the last slide. Of course. So don't think that yoga is boring. You've got a lot of बहुत openings हो गई हैं, especially after 2014-15. You can be a personal trainer. Like I'm a personal trainer, and after this webinar, I have to go to one senior citizen to take a class one-on-one. So you can be a personal trainer. You can take for 2 people. You can take one-on-one, and you can charge them accordingly for an hour session. And you get good value for that. And you can join a gym as a yoga instructor, school, college, yoga teacher, all that I have written. So choose your stuff. Full-time employee, you can become a full-time employee. You can learn, you can relearn, and you can practice it. Theory, practice means, and you can even go abroad. You can, through ICCR, through Indian Council of Cultural Relations, you can be sent abroad for deputation. You never know. So sky is the limit for us. And yoga therapist in hospitals, health centers, or you can just do your regular job, and weekends you can go and train people, or you can be a yoga therapist, as I said, on a weekend basis. So you can earn money while the weekend is not going wasted. If you have something else to do it. But if you're not, then volunteer yourself or learn yourself, or you can update yourself a lot. Can become a corporate trainer, which is the huge thing these days. Everybody needs corporate. I'm sure Preeti will agree with me, with so much of tension, stress all around. Ghar ka bhi dekho, bahar ka bhi dekho, boss ka bhi dekho, deadlines karo. Corporate people are having a tough time, especially during this retrenchment and all happening, hereby. They need a lot of peace of mind. And if you are able to help them through yoga, nothing like that. Last but not the least, YouTube channel or digital media ke through you can go viral. Now you see so many YouTubers having so many contents. If you have a content just for yoga, or you're speaking about spirituality, there are so many of them who are doing it. But over a period of time, it's like a stock. You keep it, and then for next 10 years, you forget about it. So keep putting your stuff, and over a period of time, you will just, you never know when it takes off, and the bull market picks up, and you are also on a go. So Preeti, next one. So thank you so much. Om Shanti to everyone. You can put your questions here. I would like to answer now that I'm in my laptop now.
On your back with the palms facing downwards. Inhale and take the right leg as high as comfortable to you or at 90 degree. Make sure that your knee is not bent and the toe is towards you. Meanwhile, the left leg remains straight and in contact with the floor. Hold the position for 5 seconds or more, according to your capacity. Exhale and slowly lower the leg to the floor. This will be 1 repetition. You can practice 10 rounds with each leg. In case your back is weak, you can bend your knee so that your foot is on the ground and you can raise the other leg comfortably. This asana strengthens the abdominal muscles and massages the organs. It also strengthens the digestive system, lower back, pelvic, and perineal muscles. Sarpasana. Lie down on the abdomen with your feet together. Interlock the fingers and place the hand on the top of the buttock. Place the chin on the floor. Now slowly inhale and raise your chest up as far as possible from the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades and raise the arms as comfortable to you. Hold in for as long as it is comfortable. This asana helps to correct the posture and also in strengthening the back muscles. Slowly return to the original position with exhalation. Release the hand and relax your shoulders by the side of the body. Turn your head to one side and relax.
Yeah.
So Chaitanya R. Joshi is asking, are these certification courses online or offline?
Few of them are online now. Everything is online, so you can connect with them or through online. Offline to kuch ho nahi raha hai, not of my knowledge, but everything is now online. Even Ayush certification is through online, and they do a lot of, for the exam per se, they have courses also. So get into any of this. Ask the institute, whatever institute you want to get into. Everything is done online. Nothing is offline for the time being. So you can do it from the comfort of your home.
So ma'am, Rashi ma'am is asking, what is the importance of breathing, exhaling and inhaling while doing
Yeah,
yoga?
I was just about to write to her. Hi, Rashi. Thank you for asking such a good question. So, exhalation, inhalation is very important while you're doing yoga. Otherwise, basically, आपको spasms नहीं होना चाहिए. आपको मतलब, you get that, जैसे हम बोलते हैं कि हमें body अकड़ गया है या breathing नहीं हो रहा है. Whenever you are going, your body is getting stretched, you have to inhale so that you have to let the oxygen go towards all the parts of your lungs, from the lower to middle to upper. And whenever you are going down, the body is coming, like, going to Uttanasana, we exhale. So we are exhaling the carbon dioxide. So more oxygen goes into our lungs. And you know what happens when more oxygen goes into our lungs? The circulation improves, your thought process improves, your body gets more rejuvenation. So even the slightest cell is rejuvenated. You will not have so-called diseases also run away after you doing all these proper asanas with proper breathing. You will not find any of these things getting, perturbing you or disturbing you. All these small ailments will just go away. So I would request that breathing is very, very important, especially while doing asanas. Never hold your breath. Unless the trainer tells you to hold your breath, don't hold your breath while you're holding a position. Suppose you're going to Cobra pose or the Bhujangasana, don't hold your breath. Let the breath be natural, in and out, hone do. But whenever we are telling you to exhale, one more thing, don't exhale from your mouth, exhale from your nose. It's a pre-requirement that we eat food from our mouth, but we are supposed to breathe it through our nose. So that's a confusion people have. If you're a beginner, you can slightly have some leeway, but we request people to breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your nose. So more oxygen, more carbon dioxide. It's as simple as that.
Ma'am, I would like to ask one question, which
Yes.
is like you already explained it to us, what Dhanurasana, the pelvic raise, the downward dog. Which is the best asana you think is for a total body work?
Okay, that is Surya Namaskar. Nothing can beat Surya Namaskar. उसमें सारे poses आ जाते हैं. You go for a back bend, then you go down, Uttanasana, Then Ashwa Sanchalan, you take your legs back. You know, all the 12 poses are there if you've seen, or there's a 12 step rather. So all the poses are covered in that, right? From Adho Mukha Shvasan to Uttanasana, Padhusthanasan, Haspadasana, all the, it's a compound exercise. It's a compound asana which has been, it's not an asana, it's a compound. Compound means the whole body workout. पूरा body का workout हो जाता है. Surya Namaskar, if you do it regularly, if I say make some few sets, 10 sets, मतलब right and left will make one set. So 11, 12, then increase it as and when you are listening. It will help you in your improvement of your stamina, your metabolic rate will improve, your digestion, everything will get controlled. Surya Namaskar is the best thing that you can do. All the asanas mostly are covered with that. Otherwise, so you can keep going. But Surya Namaskar, yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
And one more thing, how much time we should spend on doing yoga every day?
On yoga, start with at least 15 minutes, basically. Then once you like it, once it becomes a part of your life, then you can increase it. 15 minutes to kab karna hi hai. 15 minutes, 15 minutes, if you do Surya Namaskar only, it is beneficial. I'm telling you, to start with. Put on a lot of YouTubers have a lot of YouTube, you know, you have a lot of gurus who have put their videos. So because it is boring. So at least do 10 sets and then you do some other asanas with a pranayam before that and you're done. 15 to 20 minutes every day. You will see a difference within a month, not less than that. Like I was just telling you about this senior citizen that I go to. She's been doing regularly every day with me. She's doing almost every day we do it. She says her movement has become more going. Like otherwise, she used to really hamper a lot. It used to hamper a lot. So now her movement is very swift and smooth. She's able to climb the stairs which she was not able to climb. See, with the senior citizen also, it is every day we are doing. So itna jaldi itna effect pada hai. Okay, but with the young people, it's not take, you know, all your physical small ailments will get cured with proper asanas and proper pranayam.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, ma'am, Sakshi ma'am is asking, any yoga for
Yes.
belly fat?
As I told you, there is nothing, no speed work here. Okay. Yes, but Surya Namaskar is a cardiovascular exercise which you can do. Apart from that, you can do Naukasan. Naukasan is, I'll just write to her. Naukasan is there. Hastapadasan, that is a plank pose. All these are good for the belly fat. But other than that, you have to start doing some cardio. योगा के साथ साथ सिर्फ बेली फैट अलग से नहीं जाएगा. टोटल बॉडी का ही वो पूरा निचोड़ होना है तो आपको सारे आसन उसमें डालने पड़ेंगे. बट बेली फैट, एज आई सेड, यू विल नॉट गेट अ फ्लैट एब्डोमेन, बट डेफिनेटली इट विल टोन डाउन. And of course, with your diet, it has to get into your diet also is very important requirement, you know.
So, ma'am, Vandana ma'am is asking, kindly suggest a few asanas useful for most people in addition to Surya Namaskar.
Okay, you can do a lot of twisting asanas. Okay, so like you have Vakrasana. ट्विस्टिंग से क्या होता है, आपका बॉडी का जो भी एब्डोमिनल वाला होता है ना, सारे रीजन्स मसाज हो जाते हैं, सब स्क्वीज हो जाता है. सो इवन डायबिटिक पीपल, they have a lot of you know, it in fact cures a lot of diabetic people if it is in the preliminary stage. या वो प्रिवेंशन तो पक्का ही कर देता है. तो वक्रासन हुआ आपका, then even this Ushtrasana is also good. Ushtrasana. And what else is not there in this thing? Naukasan, as I said. I'm just typing. And Tadasana. Tadasana is very good for children. Tadasana is very good for children because it helps them, you know, improve that spine ka pura elongate kar deta hai. It helps you become more taller and fitter and leaner. I wish I had known it before. Yeah, so these are the basic asanas. Twisting, you have a lot of asanas, but Vakrasana is the basic asana which you can do. Ushtrasana, that is the back bend, camel wala. Naukasana, Tadasana. Anything else?
So, ma'am, as per the poll answers, there are, I think, 15, like 100% of our adults. So, any suggestion you
100%.
want to give them?
Yeah, inculcate in yourself, inculcate in your life, yoga in your life and in life of your loved ones. Your loved ones.
Ma'am, I have one last question.
Tell
After having dinner, can we do yoga or having a lunch? How much
you
time
can,
gap is it?
okay, 2.5 hours to 3 hours, depending on how heavy you have had your lunch. 2 hours minimum, two and a half hours is okay. And if you have a lot of acidity, then avoid tea and immediately doing it because it will come up. After food, always sit in Vajrasana, with the knee fold behind, and sitting on your buttocks with your sitting on your heels. The buttock is sitting on your heels, and you're straighten up yourself. So the food is getting digested from the legs. The circulation of the blood comes only towards your abdomen area, and the food is getting nicely digested. Sit at least to 5 to 10 minutes after food every day, and should not do exercise immediately after that. Should not do asanas immediately after that. At least wait
Or
2.5 to 3 hours. That is why they say best is doing in the early morning. Pani piye, garam pani, whatever, before you have your this thing. If you are coffee addict, you have coffee and tea, no problem. But make sure there is some amount of time, 30 minutes, 45 minutes before you do the asanas. Best time is the early morning. And evening, if you want to do, then before pre-dinner. Have it pre-dinner. Sakshi has asked, ma'am, can yoga help to calm stress, free, less anger? Of course. Of course, Sakshi, it does. Yeah, it does. Yoga is very beneficial.
ma'am, as you mentioned before, we should have at least 2.5 hours gap uh, between our food and the yoga. So, what if we have early dinner at 7 and we don't have time to do yoga in the morning? Can we do it in the night? Yeah, maybe
No,
after 3 hours?
night is a time you can do a lot of Brahmari for relaxing yourself. Night is not a time to do asanas. You can do Brahmari, that is creating that humming sound of a bee, and you can lie down and be in Vajrasana for some time, and then lie down and have Brahmari, do Brahmari. But other than that, asana has to be. You have to take out time. If you can't take out time, the body will not. It will not listen to your excuse. टाइम तो निकालना पड़ेगा कहीं ना कहीं से. इफ यू हैव इफ द कार बोलते हैं ना, अगर गाड़ी खराब हो जाती है और पेट्रोल खत्म हो जाता है, यू हैव टू गो टू द पेट्रोल पंप, राइट? सेम थिंग फॉर अस. We cannot excuse कि our time near, we will not go to petrol pump. We have to go and fill the fuel, otherwise it won't run. We have to take care of ourselves. It's a temple, then we have to take care. By hook or crook, at least take out that. That's why I said, if you join a class, you know what happens? If you've given money to somebody, you very well will go. You will not. You will not. You will have some this thing. You will take out time. I know you. We all juggle between so many duties and responsibilities, but somewhere that because you've given money to people, you are liable. People will WhatsApp you, आप क्या क्यों नहीं रहे हो, क्या हो रहा है, क्या चल रहा है. अभी तो online है तो things, it is difficult. I know with घर पे and all those things it's not possible. But morning time, if you can join something, if you can do even for half an hour by yourself, you're self motivated and do it by yourself, or make a buddy, find a partner, do it with your husband, do it with your any friend, or do it with your wife, whatever. Find a partner, find a suitable, sometimes society में दो friends बहुत अच्छे होते हैं, let's start doing something. एक दूसरे को motivation भी मिलता है और एक दूसरे का competition भी होता है. Today we have done this, and tomorrow I show you I can do more. And WhatsApp में chats हो सकते हैं. So there are ways and means you can do it. Absolutely. Yeah.
So, ma'am, there are 3 more questions we have.
Yes.
I think, are there any particular asanas to start with for senior citizens?
Yes, and I was just writing, so I think I'll speak out because it's taking time to write. Yeah, for senior citizens, just basic mobility of joints is very important. So like Tadasana, which I said, and just 3 of Tadasana or rotation of, you can check out on our Facebook page. I've done for the senior citizen, as I said. So Free Runners Yoga page is there. You can just log in there and you can see it for yourself. So I have given a full, 1 hour program with my mother-in-law. So when she's around 80, she's able to do it. I'm sure anybody can do it. So basic joint movement, right from the ankle to the top of your head, from the tip of your toe to top of your head, all movements. Just do that simply every day, religiously, and you will find that you are good to go.
Thank you, ma'am. So there is 2 more questions.
Yeah.
What is the best yoga position for anxiety?
Sorry, for anxiety, Brahmari and pranayam. Now, asanas I will not say. You can get into, create the humming sound of a bee, close your eyes, relax yourself, and take a deep breath, inhale, and while exhaling, create that humming sound of a bee. Do around 10 rounds, the mind will calm down. The monkey mind will come down to the tree. Okay? Or just do simple Anulom Vilom. Simple Anulom Vilom will help you. Just inhale from left, inhale from right, exhale from left, again inhale from left, exhale from right. 1:1 ratio. अगर 3 counts में जा रहा है, 3 counts में exhale, 3 counts में inhale, 3 counts में exhale. Just make it basic. 3 to 4 counts में करिए. Do 10 rounds. शांत हो जाएगा. And for that, अगर आपका पेट थोड़ा खा के भी करो तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. These pranayam, these breathing exercise, you can do it. Preferably थोड़ा खाली पेट होना चाहिए, मन वहां जाएगा पेट की तरफ, इसलिए थोड़ा सा देर के बाद करेंगे तो बेटर रहेगा. Okay, but all these things will really help you. That is Brahmari, and if you're feeling hot, then you can do Shitkari or Shitli, clench your teeth, Tadandi, you can clench your teeth, roll your tongue inside. That's what I keep telling my runner friends whenever we are running and we are tired. Just clench your teeth, especially for ladies who are having menstrual problems, menopausal problems. A lot of heat is generated. Roll your tongue inside, clench your teeth, and suck it through your tongue and exhale out through your nose. Okay, so you will really feel a lot of coolness in your throat, in your body, which is very good, very calming. So it will lessen down those stress factors also. गुस्सा आता है ना, वो कम हो जाएगा immediately.
So, ma'am, there are 3 more questions. Vandana
Yes.
ma'am is asking any suggestions to curtail acidity and indigestion.
Indigestion, acidity is a very major problem. It's an ongoing problem. Yeah. So more of twisting asanas you can do. As I said, Vakrasana is a very simple asana that we can do. Okay, like that you have a lot of other Matsyendra asana is there. It's basically twisting asanas, and after food sit in Vajrasana. So it will help you. As I said, the blood circulation will be there. Avoid caffeine as much as possible, especially at night after 6 o'clock. Try and avoid strong coffee or tea. With milk, they say it aggravates more. So have more of black coffee and more of black tea if you want. If you really want lemon tea, green tea, whatever availability is there in the market, go ahead with that. And it should be just make sure there's not too much of gap between lunch and dinner or breakfast or lunch. You know your body. Every body is different. So don't keep too much of gap. Have a small niblets in between. Have a badam, nuts. Have some chas in between. अगर बहुत भूख लग रही है, have an apple, an orange in between. वो गैस बनने का टाइम ही मत दो. थोड़ा सा कुछ खा लो so that your body को सिग्नल मिल जाता है. Okay, something has gone inside, so I should not create any problem. It's just that. And do these basic twisting asanas. I'm sure you're good to go.
So, ma'am, there is one more question by Bhaskari Sarkar. Do yoga reduce body pains? My mother has tremendous leg and back pain. She's 75 years old.
Yes, it does helps you in reducing body pains. You know what happens in body pains? That's what I said. As you grow older, you got so much of thought process now. So this pain is actually more of psychosomatic than physical. And of course, with osteoporosis, this thing also increases. There is a lot of fear of breaking the bones. So it's more of psychosomatic, and definitely yoga will definitely help, Auntie Ji. Yeah, sure, it will. There is no way.
one more question, ma'am. Maria ma'am is asking,
Yes.
if you are to do yoga at night, how many hours shall I start after dinner?
Yeah, so that's what I had written. You should not do any asanas after dinner. All you can do is do a lot of Brahmari and or a lot of Om chanting, or you can do, Anulom Vilom, or simple inhalation, exhalation, while inhaling, abdomen out, while exhaling, abdomen in. Just do that. Don't do any asanas. Asanas नहीं कर सकते हैं. वज्रासन में ही, as I said, बैठ सकते हैं या क्रॉस लेग बैठ सकते हैं मैक्सिमम. और क्रॉस लेग ही खाना चाहिए एक्चुअली हम लोग को, बट वी आर सिटिंग ऑन चेयर अनफॉर्चुनेटली. बट हो सके तो खाना जब खाए तो क्रॉस लेग होके खाए. नीचे बैठ के खा सकते हैं तो खाए. स्पाइन इरेक्ट रहता है और खाना वहीं पे रहता है आपका जहाँ पे जाना चाहिए. Okay, so I cannot suggest any asanas after dinner. Only pranayam, only breathing you can do. That also not very deep, it's normal deep breathing. Like I said, just for that you have a sound sleep afterwards.
So these are all the questions, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thank
If
you, everyone.
anyone have any questions, just drop it now. Thank you everyone for joining us today, and I hope this webinar was very helpful to you, and because it was for me. And thank you, ma'am, so much for taking this webinar, taking your precious time out, and teaching us about importance of yoga in our life. Thank you so much. It was very very informative and helpful for me in my daily routine. So I am going to, because I do yoga every day for at least 15 to half hour. But I think I'm going to start doing more. I'm going to take more time out to do yoga.
Thank you to everyone who could join. Thank you, Dhaya.